Hi, and thanks for joining me for the class today. So today we're going to do a fairly gentle pace class aimed to help improve mobility around the shoulder, as well as focus on movements to help strengthen some of the key muscle groups around the shoulder region. So we're going to start the class in standing and warm up, and then we're going to come down into 4-point kneeling, down onto our fronts, and then onto our backs as well today. So although we're going to keep it fairly gentle, remember always work to a level that you feel comfortable with to make sure you get the most out of the class. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart, so our feet at that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight onto the fronts of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back. Thinking about where that midpoint is between those two movements, so that weight's going nice and evenly down through your feet. Knees are nice and soft, so not locked back. Hands up onto your pelvis, very gently. We're going to tilt that pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just a gentle movement forwards and back. And again, just look to find that midpoint between those two movements. So we're in that nice neutral position. Good. Those ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. So we're going to bring our elbows in towards our side, neck long. We take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to open our hands, squeeze the shoulder blades gently back and forwards. We're just opening out and back. Good. So keeping those shoulders down, that neck long. We're opening out and back. So those elbows just a little bit away from your side, but not drifting too far. Well done. Opening out, gently back and forwards. Lovely. Okay, now on this next one, we're going to open out, reach those palms away and fold back. Good. And again, opening out, reaching away and fold back. Good. And again, open out, reach away and folding back. Lovely. And again, reach away and back. So if you can, for the last few, let's just add a few heel raises. So as we come up on those toes together and fold back. Good. And again, opening out, reaching away and folding back. Good. And again, reach away and fold back down. Lovely. Last few and folding back. And again, reaching away and fold back. One last time. Reach away and fold back. Well done, and relaxing those arms down. So just going to open out through our chest a little bit further. We're going to bring our hands, so those palms facing towards you. We'll do our little book opener. So breath in. As you breathe out, open those palms apart. Good. And folding back. So we're opening out through that chest. Breathing as you're folding back in. Breathing out. Open out through that chest. Good. Breathe in, folding back in. And again, opening out and folding in. Lovely. And again, opening out and folding back. Good. And again, open out and fold back. Lovely. Last few. Fold back. One last time. Open out through that chest. Folding back and relaxing those arms back down. Well done. Relax those shoulders. Good. Okay, so we're going to keep our feet that hip width distance apart. We're going to go into a few squats here. So remember, imagine you've got that chair behind you. Make sure that weight's going back onto your heels. And we're going to drop down and lift up. Good, so sitting that bottom back and lifting up. And again, drop down and lift up. Lovely. And again, drop down, lifting up. Drop down, lift out. And on this next one, we're going to drop down. Bring those arms along the side of the body, and we're going to pulse those hands. So breathing in and out. Good. And again, breathing in and out. One more time, breathing in and out. Good. And lifting back up. Good. And again, so we're going to drop down, lift up. Drop down, lift up. Good. A few more here. Drop down, lift up, drop down, lift up. Well done. And on this next one, last time, we're going to drop down, bring those arms along the side of the body, and we're going to pulse them here. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. One more breath in and out. And then floating the arms back up. Well done. Relaxing those arms back down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to bring our feet just slightly wider now than those hips. Toes just turned out comfortably here. I'm going to roll my right shoulder around, drop it down, and then reach that arm up and over, reaching over to the side and back. Good. Opposite shoulder, roll around, drop it down, and reach that arm over, transferring that weight across to that side. Well done. And again, roll that shoulder around, drop over, reach over, and back. Good, other side. Rolling that shoulder around, drop that shoulder down, reach it over and back. One more each side, rolling that shoulder around, drop it down, reach it over. Good, and back. One last time, roll that shoulder around, drop it down, reach that arm over, transfer that weight, good, and back. Relaxing those arms down, well done, very good. Okay, so we're just going to do our opposite arm and leg stretch movements. I'll come sideways on so you can see me a bit better. So we're going to really work those bottom muscles, and we're going to reach our leg behind at the same time, reach the opposite arm above your head and fold back together. So still keeping that control through that centre. It's not a huge movement through those hips. So squeeze the bottom, reach the opposite arm. So that body's working all together to help with that movement. Good, and again, squeeze the bottom, reach the arm and down. Lovely, and again, reaching arm and back. Lovely, and down one last time. And lower, very good. Okay, same on the other side. So squeezing that bottom, reaching that leg back and forwards, and adding that opposite arm reach and down. So squeeze the bottom, reaching away and back. And again, and down, lovely. And again, reaching away, folding back down, lovely. And back, last few. And down, well done. Good. Reaching away, lovely. One more time. And folding back down, well done. Okay, so we're going to do a few roll downs from here. So I'm going to come to the end of my mat and take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end there. Then as you breathe out, slowly restacking, lifting up into that standing position. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end there. Then as you breathe out, slowly restacking back up into standing. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end there. Well done. Then as you breathe out, gently restacking back up into standing. Good. Now this time we're going to roll down. We're going to come down into 4-point kneeling. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Once you get to your end point, just soften your knees gently. And we're going to walk our hands gently down into 4-point kneeling. And we're going to continue our class from here. Okay, so we continue here into 4-point kneeling. So hands just in front of those shoulders, elbows nice and soft, so the insides of the elbows should be facing each other, and knees underneath those hips. So we're just going to gently start here with our cat stretch. So we're going to tuck that head under, arch that back up, then you want to just drop down, gently extending through that spine. Good, and again, tucking that head under, arching up, flexing through that spine, and then drop down, looking up and extending. Good, and again, tucking that head under, arching that back up. Good, and then drop down and extending. Lovely, and again, tucking that head under and drop down, gently extending. Well done. So we'll just do a few more here, just mobilising gently through that spine and that neck. Well done. And on this next one, I just want you to find where that midpoint is between those two movements. So come back into that neutral, so that back is nice and flat from there. Okay, so we're just going to take a bit of weight through our shoulders side to side. We'll do some shoulder taps. So I want you just to tap my hand to my shoulder and then back down, and then I'm going to alternate sides. Good. So we're tapping and back. Good. Tapping and back. So I'm taking more weight through that arm, that single arm, as I'm lifting my opposite arm up to tap that shoulder. Good. And again, tapping and down. You can feel that tummy engaging here as well to help. Tapping and down. Well done. Tap, down. Lovely. A few more here. Good. And tapping. Good. Let's do 6 more. So we go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, well done, and then lowering that arm back down, very good. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit more weight through our upper body now. I'm going to tuck my toes under, and we're going to go into a leg pull and prone prep here. So still keeping that back nice and flat, that tailbone tucked under. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're just going to lift my knees, just hovering off the mat, breath in to hold, then as you breathe out, lowering back down. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold. As you breathe out, lowering back down. Now it's not a big movement, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, lowering back down. But we're taking more weight, working those upper body a little bit harder here as well. Breath in, as you breathe out, lift up, breath in to hold. As you breathe out, lowering back down, well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, breath in to hold. And then slowly lowering back down, good. A few more here, breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, lowering back down, good. Last couple, breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, lowering back down. Good, last couple, breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, breath in to hold. And lowering back down. Excellent, let's do one last time, breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, breath in to hold. And lowering back down, well done. So you can feel that working into those shoulders, just taking that weight. So let's drop down, have a little stretch out and off those hands. Reach those fingertips forward, drop that bottom down towards that heel. I just want you to reach those fingers if you can, just that little bit forwards, relaxing down onto the mat. Good, just feel yourself sinking down into that mat, breathing in and out. Good, and again, breath in and out. Just relaxing down into there. Good. Now we're going to come back up into 4-point kneeling. And we're just going to work a little bit here on some mobility through our upper back, which can often get very stiff if we have problems with our shoulders. So we're going to do a little thread the needle. So with one arm, I want you to reach through and under, just rotating just as far as comfortable, and then back up. Opposite arm, we're going to reach through and under. Good. And then back up. Well done. And again, reaching the arm through and under. And gently back up. Good. And again, reaching through and under. And gently back up. Good. So keep alternating sides here. We're just rotating through that upper spine. Stretching that shoulder gently as well here. Just as far as you're comfortable. Good. Just looking with that head. Just following that arm. Coming through and under. And back up. Well done. And again. And lifting back up. Well done. And back. And lift back up. Well done. Let's just do one more each side. Reaching through. Lifting up. Well done. Last time. And then back up to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come straight down onto our fronts now. So if you've got a little pillow or towel to use just to pop under your forehead, and we're going to come down onto our fronts, onto the mat here. So that forehead just resting onto that block, just help breathing. Or if you haven't got anything, just pop your head down onto the mat. And I want you to bring your arms down by your side from here, and those feet are still that hip width distance apart. So I still want to tuck that tailbone under, my belly button just drawn up towards my spine here. But we're going to work around our sort of shoulder blade region with our breaststroke prep here. So what I want you to do is, just to start with, I want you to lift the shoulders. So we're going to lift these shoulders first and feel those shoulder blades just tucking down and back. Good, and then lower back down. So we're just lifting the shoulders. Good, my head staying down on that mat. Don't lift the head staying down. We're lifting up through those shoulders. Now if you can, we're going to lift the shoulders first, and then I want you just to hover your hands just about hip height, and then we're going to lower the hands and lower those shoulders down. And again, so lift up the shoulders. Good, hold that there, just raising those hands to that hip height. Good, and then lowering back down. So it's important not to lift those hands too high, because that kind of changes the movement. Good, and then down. So we're really working around that shoulder blade. Take those shoulders down and back. And lifting those hands, just hovering. Good. And lower down. Well done. And again, lifting the shoulders. Bring those hands just hovering above. And lower down. So these are really important muscles that help support our shoulder movement. And as well as our posture, they're really important to work as well. Good, and then lower down. Now, on this next one, we're going to bring in our hundreds arms. So we're going to lift up through that shoulder. We're going to just raise those hands, just that hip height there. And I'm just going to pulse my hands, breathing in and out. Good, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in and out. Good, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in and out. Good, one more time, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Lower those hands and then lowering those shoulders back down. Very good. Okay, so on this next one, we're going to lift the shoulders again. This time, with your palms facing towards each other. We're going to lift those hands, and I want you just to do some little circles round. So circling round one way, keeping that shoulder lifted, and round the other way. Good. And then back to that star, lower those hands, and lower those shoulders back down. Very good. Okay, so I want you to bring your hands up now into that kind of L shape. And we're going to go into our swan dive. So those kind of right angles, some right angles there. Head's just staying down to the mat. My feet still that hip width distance apart. Now we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we need to keep that neck nice and long. We're just going to lift up that head, that breastbone just off the mat. Breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, lowering back down. Now it's quite a small movement, so don't expect to go too high. Breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, just working to that upper body and that neck, and then lowering back down. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Very good. Last couple here, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Very good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Very good. One last time, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, slowly lowering back down. Very good, well done. Okay, so let's just come back up from here and then drop back into our little child pose just to stretch out from there. So we're going to drop that bottom down, just reach those fingertips away again. Well done, breathing in and out, just as far as comfortable. Good, breathing in and out, lovely. One more time, breath in and out, sinking down. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to come round onto our backs from here. So come round and down onto your backs. So feet and knees still that hip distance apart, those knees just bent up here. Making sure we're just in that nice neutral position with that pelvis, those ribs are nice and soft, those collarbones wide. Well done. And just feel my shoulder blades just connected onto the mat from there as well. Now my neck nice and long and lifted. So we're just going to start by working those kind of deeper muscles into our neck here. So it's a really subtle movement. So what I want you to do is just tuck your chin in and then just feel the top of your head just lengthen here and then gently slide it back down. Good. Then tucking that head in, breathe in, hold here. Now you might feel a real stretch through the back of that neck and then gently relax off. Good. So it's really just stretching up to that really upper part of the neck here. So again, tucking that chin in, lengthening, just feel something's pulling up through the top of your head and then gently coming back down. Good, and again, tucking that head, lengthen through the top of that head. Good, and then gently relax off. Lovely, one last time, tucking that chin in, lengthen through the top of that head. So you're kind of almost like making a bit of a double chin. And then lengthening, relaxing back off. Well done. Okay, so we're going to float our hands up towards the ceiling now. Now I want you to imagine that you're holding a beach ball, and we're just going to try and let that beach ball float our hands upwards towards the ceiling. So I feel my shoulder blades come around my rib cage, and I want you to sink that ball down, feel those shoulder blades back down onto the mat. Good. And again, so beach ball in my hand, I'm reaching up with that beach ball, lifting it up towards the ceiling, shoulder blades coming round, and then dropping down back onto the mat. Good. And again, reaching up, feel those shoulder blades coming around that rib cage. Good. And then dropping down, back down onto the mat. Good. And again, reaching up, bring those shoulder blades down, and then gently dropping back down. Lovely. Last couple here. So lifting up, reaching those hands up. Very good. And then gently dropping back down. Well done. Now coming back down, so those shoulder blades back connected with that mat. And then I want you to reach one arm above your head, just as far as comfortable, and then bring back forwards. So we're just reaching that arm back, making sure we're not letting those ribs flare. We're going back as far as we feel we can, still keeping that connection. So I'm not letting my ribs, my upper back lift off the mat. I'm really moving from that shoulder. Good, reaching back and forwards. Lovely. And again, reach the arm back and forwards. Good. Now if you can, we can add in our opposite leg stretch. So opposite arm and leg, and then reach away. So we can either just hover that leg above the floor, or you can slide it along the floor, whatever feels more comfortable. Reaching arm and leg. Again, still making sure we're not letting those ribs lift. Reaching away and fold back. Well done. And again, reach away and fold back. Good. Reaching away and folding back. Very good. Last few here. Reaching away and fold back. Good. And again. And back. And let's just do one last one each side. Reaching away, folding back, last time, and folding back. Well done. Okay, so we're going to keep my hands lifted from here. I'm going to go into some chicken wings. So we're going to reach our arms up above our head. And then I want you to slide those arms down, to bring those elbows down along by your side here. And then just as far as comfortable, we're going to bring our hands up just very gently and rotate them just to where you can, down towards the floor if you're able to. And then we're going to gently rotate them back. Slide those hands up and above our head again, and then bring them up towards the ceiling. Good. Okay, so let's do that again. So we're going to reach our arms back just where we can. We're going to slide those hands down, bending the elbows, and then we're going to gently lift up that forearm and rotating just gently around through those shoulders and lifting up. So just go to where you can. If that feels too much to go all the way, reach those arms back above your head and then float them back to the ceiling. Good. And again here, reaching over. Good. We're going to slide those hands down, gently rotating through those arms down towards the floor, lifting, rotating back up and reaching above, and then float those hands back up. Very good. Relax those arms down by your side. Now we're going to do that same movement again, but we're going to add in our bridge. So we're going to lift up into that bridge, and I want you to hold that bottom lifted, float those hands up to the ceiling. Then we're going to keep that bottom lifted, reach the arms back, slide them down, little rotation here and back. Keep the bottom lifted, reach above your head, and then float those arms back up, lowering back down from there. Very good. Okay, and again, so we're going to lift up into that bridge. Hold that bottom lifted, reach the hands above your head, and then we're going to slowly lift them as far as comfortable, Glide them down, bending those elbows, keep that bottom lifted, and we're going to gently rotate through those arms and back, reaching up. Float those hands back up and lowering back down from that bridge. Very good. Last couple here. So we're lifting up into that bridge, hold that bridge, reach the hands up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to float those hands back, slide them down. Well done, that 90-degree angle. Then we're going to gently lift up, rotating those shoulders just where you're comfortable. And back. Reaching up, keep that bottom lifted. Float those hands back up and lowering back down. Well done. Let's do one last one. So lifting up into that bridge. Hold that if you can. We're going to reach those hands up. Slowly float them above your head. Glide those hands down. Gently rotating round and back. Reach above your head, keep that bottom lifted, floating back up and lowering back down, and gently relax those arms back down from there. Well done. Let's bring those knees in, have a quick little hug and stretch out through that back as well. Well done. So just breathing in and out here. On that out breath, make sure those shoulders relaxing down. Well done. Breathing in and out. Very good. And then lowering those legs back down. Okay, so we're just going to go into our double leg stretch from here. So we're going to float those hands up towards the ceiling. And I want you to lift the arms above your head, come around in a circle, and then come back to the ceiling. And again, reach the arms above your head, come around in that circle, and lifting back up. Good. So we're going to breathe out as you reach above, breathe in as you're folding around and back. Breathe out as you reach above, breathe in as you come round and back. Lovely. One more time here. Reaching above, coming around and back. Good. Now let's see if we can add in our legs. So we're going to reach one leg away as we reach the arms away and then fold back together. Good. Opposite arm lifted. We're going to reach away, arm and leg. Breathe in as you fold back together. Good. And the other side. Going to breathe out, reaching away. Breathe in, folding round and back. And again, breathe out, reaching around and back. Breathe in, folding back. Lovely. We can keep alternating our legs here with that single leg reaching up. If you wanted to make it a little bit harder, challenging through that core, then we can bring both legs into double tabletop for the last few. Reaching away and folding back. So pick what feels comfortable for you. And back. So breathing out, reaching away. Breathe in, folding back. Breathe out, reaching away. Breathe in, folding back. Good. And again. And back. One more each side. And back. Well done. And then floating those hands back down, one at a time. Coming back to that start and gently relaxing those arms back down. Okay, so arms down by your side or out to the side of you. Let's just have a nice little stretch out here, dropping those knees over. So just rotating all the way through the spine and then gently lifting back up and then dropping those knees over to the opposite side. Good. And lifting back up, well done. Drop those knees over, turning that head, just gently rotating, stretching out through that neck as well, lifting back up. And over to that opposite side. Good, and again lifting those knees up, dropping them over, turning that head, rotating gently to that side and then back up to that start. Well done. And again drop the knees over, turning that head back up to that start. Lovely. One more each side, drop those knees over, lifting back up and over to that opposite side. Well done. Then coming back to that start and bring those arms relaxing down by your side. Good. Okay, so we're going to come back up into sitting from here. Just sitting comfortably, legs crossed, legs out in front, whatever feels comfortable for you. Just going to relax those shoulders. So just do a few little shoulder rolls here. Okay, so we're going to do some upper body reaches. So we're going to reach our hands forward and we're going to reach those fingers away. I just want you to drop that chin down, just reaching through the back of the leg, the back. Good. And then we're just going to lift up those hands and then bring them nice and wide. Lovely. And again, so reach those fingers, Going to reach them away, drop down, just feel that stretch through that back here. And then we're going to gently lift up and open nice and wide. Very good. One more time. Reaching away, just feel that stretch through the upper back. Good. And we're going to lift up together and open those hands nice and wide. Well done. Relaxing those shoulders. All right, so we're just going to gently stretch through our neck as well. So I want you just to drop your chin down towards your right shoulder. Just lengthen through that opposite side of the neck. Breathing in and out. Good. And again, breathing in and out here. And then drop that chin forward. Feel that lengthening through the back of the neck here. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And then turning to that opposite side. So left knee this time. Stretch through that opposite side of the neck. Lengthening through. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. And then drop that chin down to your chest very gently. You're going to lift that head back up and then gently relaxing those shoulders. A few little shoulder rolls, sink them down. Lifting up and sink the shoulders down. One more time. And sink down from there. Fantastic. Well, thanks for joining for the class today. I hope you've enjoyed it and see you again soon.